the 1987 to 2022, how long is that?
That's like 40 years, almost.
40 years. 40 years. So 87. So 97, 07,
35.
17, 35 years
35.
to be exact. So 35 years, CDs have won every year on sales over albums. 2022, it has reversed. Believe it or not, more vinyl albums were sold in 2022 than CDs. I thought this was so interesting. Wow, old is new. Well, first of all, you go to buy a laptop now, there's no more CD player. They're not in there. They assume you're going to connect to the internet and get all the software through the internet. Microsoft Office you need a browser, Windows comes built in with the browser, and that's all you need to go to all the stuff you need to load up your laptop. Not a plug for Microsoft, that's just the way it works. But old is new. And what was really interesting to me is that just what a comeback vinyl is making. The Biz Doc babe knows that I want to build a listening room at home, and I want to put in Watt puppies. And you can go look on those, see if you can find a picture of these.
What is it?
And probably you'll understand why the Biz Doc babe is saying no. But I want to build a listening room with a turntable for vinyl and the Watt puppies, because the warmth and clarity that you get out of vinyl, I think it's WAAT. Yep. Anyway, we'll find it. We'll show you guys. Anyway, they're really amazing, majestic speakers that are sonic purity, if you want to think of it that way. But anyway, so vinyl has come back because in certain ways, digital. There you go. There you go.
I found it. I'm sorry.
Those monsters. There's the ones that look like R2-D2 standing side by side. Yep. Wilson Audio Watt puppies.
Wow.
Yeah, you put one on each side of the room, and then, you can't hear anybody when they call you for dinner. Maybe that's why the Biz Doc babe is against it.
Oh.
So I can say, I didn't hear you till the third time you called.
Every man's perfect excuse.
How do you know I called you 3 times? But anyways, very interesting things. The warmth of vinyl provides just amazing quality in terms of sound, especially if you have a good system. And check this out. Heavy metal band Metallica just bought a vinyl factory in Virginia that has been pressing their records and other records for the last 15 years, and they have bought that because they're pressing other people's. So they're realizing, well, not only does it protect, because their demand is way up for vinyl, not only do they want to protect it so that they can have their stuff. In other words, if they don't want the thing to go out of business, and if they own it, they kind of protect a key supplier. Reverse integration, that is called. But they're also looking to make a buck on everybody else wants vinyl too. Have you ever ventured into your parents' attic or your grandparents' attic and
I have
found their vinyl collection to find out what they were listening to?
I have. We recently raided my grandmother's closet and found a bunch of vinyl that was worth a little bit of money. My mom's a musician and a singer, and I just gave Mario a Metallica album for vinyl for his birthday. My brother uses them as art and puts them up on the wall.
Was that you had a grandmother that was listening to Metallica?
No. Metallica I went and found and bought that one for Mario. That was not in my grandmother's attic.
Because you're about to win the coolest grandma in the house contest.
Definitely not my grandma. Sorry, Grandma.
You see grandma going, well, Metallica Black Album was legendary. You can hear that. But so I asked myself, okay, is there a chart for vinyl? I went and found a chart. The top 10 vinyl albums of 2022, number 1 was Taylor Swift Midnights. And she had another one in the top 10, Folklore. Harry Styles, Harry's House is on there. There were 2 on there from Tyler, the Creator. Call Me If You Get Lost and Igor. But you know what else was on the top 10 for 2022? Fleetwood Mac Rumors, which I think was dropped in 1978. Can you check that for me? Or 77. And the Beatles' Abbey Road, which I think was dropped in 1968. And Michael Jackson's Thriller. I have an original pressing, an early pressing of Fleetwood Mac Rumors, and I have a second, third pressing of Beatles Abbey Road.
Wow.
And so that's in the top 10. So don't ever let them tell you that old rock stars go the old folks home. No, they keep getting royalty checks. But what I think is really interesting about this is this kind of shows you the interest in nostalgia and the interest in look back. And if you have a business that can do that and provide a little bit of retro, maybe it's handwritten notes that you send out to key customers, not an email, a handwritten note that you send out. Or you actually maybe pick up a vinyl album that said, I want to be doing business with you longer than this album's been around. And you give them a repressing, you know, of Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
I love that.
I think you can think about that. But anyway, I just thought this was a very interesting stat that kind of shows you sometimes old becomes new again. It doesn't necessarily die forever.